Welcome, everyone. I appreciate everyone being able to come out today. This is a beautiful, beautiful day, which is very surprising considering the other part of the week. We're here today to recognize the National Day of Reason. My name is Elliott. I'm the founder and president of the Hickory Humanist Alliance. We, the local chapter of the American Humanist Association, the Hickory Humanist Alliance, stand today in protest of the National Day of Prayer. We protest only because it is currently endorsed by our secular government. The National Day of Prayer was made an official annual observance by Congress and President Truman in 1952. Pretty close to around the time when In God We Trust got added to a lot of things. On this day each year, the President issues a proclamation recognizing the celebration and asking Americans to pray, and government officials at the federal, state, and local levels to participate in prayer ceremonies as representatives of our government. This is a clear violation of our U.S. Constitution and in direct opposition to the First Amendment that is clearly meant to, yes, keep government out of religion, but also to keep religion out of the government. You see, I believe it to be clear that our founding fathers, no matter of their religious beliefs, concluded that a monarch-based and religiously biased government, which all too often leads to oppression and injustice, they concluded this to be ineffective, unproductive, and unhealthy to the foundations of a brand new nation. We therefore propose, if the government must endorse something on this day, they should endorse reason. Let's have a National Day of Reason instead, Mr. President. Cannot all Americans get behind the idea of reason? Why reason? Reason or rationality is traditionally about how to think properly. It tries to avoid bias and find the truth, whether we like that truth or not. It avoids superstition, magical thinking, narrow or closed-mindedness, hard-headedness, whims, and yes, faith. Reason requires people to be open to changing their mind. Reason also rejects the idea that authorities can or should tell us what truth is. Instead, we should judge ideas ourselves and based on the content of that idea, not the person who said it. Just to be clear, we are not here to oppose prayer. We are not opposing anyone's right to pray. We're not opposing anyone's right to believe or attend church or have the freedom of speech to convey their beliefs to the world at any time. But even though our government has an obligation to protect your rights to do those things, they also have an obligation to maintain secularly neutral. Separation of church and state is not a concept of oppression. It's merely a concept of fairness. Bias, even if the bias is an illusion to push an agenda or to gather votes, that bias contradicts the ability of our government to stand true to the liberties of all Americans. Americans that may or may not hold a belief in God and prayer. I have asked a few friends of various backgrounds to speak on this topic today. I chose to include not just secular humanist, agnostic, atheist individuals, but individuals from what I see as the affected parties in the digression of a very necessary separation between the church and the government. We have the secular community, the political community, and yes, we even have a Christian pastor that can understand the importance of this issue in this moment.